Hello.
Hey, is it working
Okay.
now?
Yeah, it's working.
Awesome. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
And I can hear you, and you sound a lot clearer.
Yeah, that does
Yay!
sound better. So, for some reason, it wasn't working. I think I very so slightly wiggled the cord too many times, and it was like not staying connected. So you probably couldn't hear me for a bit. But now I hear myself better, and I hear you. So we are good. So,
Okay, awesome.
so I mean, I introduced the show last time, so you can introduce it this time.
Okay. So we're back with episode 2 of The Truth Runs Deep. We are so grateful for all the excitement and uh track the first episode got, and there is plenty more in store for all of you.
It sure
So
is.
this week, we're going to start with the SVU episode, uh, 18 Wheels of Predator. Uh, Before we get into the review, just in general, what would you give this episode? Like, out
I
of
really,
five
I really
stars?
like this one. I think I'd maybe give it like 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed this one.
Me too. Agreed.
Um, it was really, really good. It was a lot of like interesting twists and turns, and I really liked this one a lot. Well, a lot of the recent episodes have been really, really good, but I really enjoyed this one. Um, yeah. So
Yes,
I guess we'll break it down in a second. So, I
I
bumped the mic.
agree with the 4 out of 5 stars. There's a lot of twists and turns. That, like, the episode was never boring. Like, kept making you wonder what's gonna happen next. And
Definitely.
you're the one who pointed it out, and you said all the recent episodes that have been produced by Marisha have been fire, and you are absolutely correct.
They definitely are so good. So I don't think I have any random ramblings this week about anything beforehand.
No, it's probably gonna come later when we get to the ends of the episodes and the promos. Okay, you still there? Did you go away, Betty? Hello, hello.
Hello, I can hear you now. We're good.
All right, yay. Okay, the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, we just started talking about the episode.
Yeah, so I think it was when the girl was in the bar and she's talking to the guy, the bartender. He's, getting defensive because somebody's talking to his sister. She said her boyfriend just broke up with her, so she went to go get drinks. She and the bartender go to, like, in a corner, and he tries to kiss her, but she says she doesn't want it, and she turns him off. She turns him down. Then they, like, meet up again outside, and she said something along the lines of, like, not you, like, I don't want you, and he got, angry. Then it turns into the girl walking down in, like, the street in Central Park by herself, and she gets hit over the head with something, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and she gets raped, and, dun dun dun. Then I think next thing it's in the morning when Olivia and, no, first it's Amanda and Finn are surveying the crime scene because Amanda's back from vacation. Um,
We
Finn
need to hear
and
about that vacation, just saying, but
Yes, we do. We absolutely do. Uh, Finn and Olivia both made jokes about, like, yeah, you're back from break. Welcome back. Bet you enjoy being back type thing. Um, and then, McGrath shows up and is basically telling Olivia, we need results. The people want results. And she's just so done at this point because she mentions the politics have been heavy. Finn at least was, like, looking out for her. Um, did they go to the precinct? next, or is it the hospital? Do you remember? Hello? Okay, what's the last thing you heard me say?
You said we were trying to figure out the next thing. I think Amanda went to the hospital
Yeah,
to
Amanda
see.
went to the hospital to talk to the victim,
Mm-hmm,
and she mentioned the bartender and how her wallet was missing.
mm-hmm.
So they needed to go find the wallet. But right now, the bartender, his name is Dustin. He's the main suspect. Then I
Oh yeah,
think this,
it seemed really easy at first. That doesn't make logical sense because it's SVU. We can't.
yeah. Then then they went to go to his the bar. Amanda and Vin went to his bar to go talk to him. And the guy, is stupid. He's like, "Oh, this isn't my bar." And Amanda says, "Why are you unlocking the door then?" Like, dude, come up with a better excuse.
Yeah, Stefan, that was hilarious though. We're like, oh,
It was. Amanda's sass was perfect in the episode. Whenever she has sass, it usually always is, but that night felt very refreshing in a way because we hadn't heard it in a few weeks. So they bring him in for questioning. Um, he's very like angry and defensive. Carisi had like a good line or whatever. It was sassy. I can't remember what it was, but they both had. Releasey had sass
mm-hmm,
on in the episode. It was great. So they are talking to him. He's basically like getting upset that the girl turned him down. And then meanwhile, I think Finn and Olivia are trying to talk to his sister to try to get details. Eventually, they get like a search warrant for his apartment, and they find the girl's wallet in their apartment under his mattress. So then they arrest him for raping her, but she's like adamant he didn't do it.
mm-hmm.
And McGrath walks into Olivia's office. Job well done, yay! Let's go celebrate. Then the phone rings.
It always does. It's never that easy. This is like 20 minutes into the episode. You're like, of course, it's never that easy, Woody.
There's a guy on the phone with a pretty gravelly voice, and he's like, I think that you got the guy, but then he says, "Did you find a pair of folded jeans next to the victim?" And that's the one detail they hadn't released to the press. And so the only person who could have possibly known that was, of course, the rapist. So they have the guy in custody isn't the one who did it. And now then they find out there's like a case in Kentucky that's like got the same MO. So Rollins and Finn take a plane, go down to Kentucky and work with that unit and meet with
Mm-hmm,
another survivor uh who had same crime done to her. She was hit from behind, raped, dragged to a new spot, and her jeans were folded up in a little pile next to her.
mm-hmm.
What happened next? Was it just, more investigating?
Yeah, it was a lot more investigating. And
A
then like
lot more investigating. We find out this guy that,
the part where like McGrath is really like trying to take like get some credit because he loves getting the credit for things because it's like it's become like a political game.
yeah, he's like, this is us. This is what I do. Dude, you are sitting behind your desk ordering the rest of the squad around. This ain't on you. This ain't your stuff. Okay. They do some more investigating and they find out the guy's a trucker. Like he drives an 18-wheeler across the state, and they find out that he's been doing this for over 20 years and they've never been able to find him
Mm-hmm.
until they go back to the bartender's sister and she shows them the security footage, not fully willingly because she seemed scared, but then they find it and he was the trucker was there at the bar, um at the jukebox, so they were able to get a picture of him. And when they looked at the traffic cams, they saw that he followed um the girl who got raped in New York out from the bar. He
Mm-hmm.
waited for her, and then he went to go rape her in the park. So now that they officially know it's him and they know his name, Olivia tags along with Finn and Rollins, and they all go back down to Kentucky to like a bowling alley casino gambler gambling thing. Oh, before that, we also got two new we learned terms, two terms from this. The survivorship bias, where Olivia said they were only looking at the cases where the rape was completed. They needed to look at the ones who did survive. They needed to look at the ones of the rapes that weren't completed. The guy didn't finish. They found a woman who thought nobody would believe her because the rape wasn't completed. And that's where they find out about the guy being at the bar, and that gives the information they need to go back down to Kentucky to confront him. Hello?
But mine's pink. Hello?
Okay. When did you stop talking or start talking?
Oh,
Because
I was talking about when Olivia goes undercover a little bit
yes.
with the guy.
Before we do that, there was a big part of the thing that we missed. So,
Mm-hmm.
because we got two new terms that we learned survivorship bias
Mm-hmm.
and incomplete rape. And Olivia is the one who pointed out they've been looking at the wrong cases the whole time. They needed to look at the cases where the rape wasn't complete. So they find this woman who was assaulted by the trucker, but he never raped her. So the cops that took her case never believed her because basically they said something along the lines of you should be fine, you weren't raped. But,
Mm-hmm.
attempted rape is just as terrifying as rape. So they talk to her, they find out who he is, and they use that information to find out that he was at the bar. He did follow the girl, and they use that information to find out who he is, and they go talk to his wife, and then they go back down to Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now that I cleared that up because I knew I was missing something, they go down to the bowling alley, and Olivia in her adorable sweater, which I'm going to say Noah gave to her because
Yes.
I feel like it's something Noah would give her. Um, she goes undercover per se. She finds the guy and he talks to her for a while. would you ever go back to New York? And he's like, no. She's like, yeah, you're going back to New York. She uses his full name. She pulls out his badge. The guy's like pissed. Um, and they arrest him and they bring him back to New York.
So next part, I think the air conditioner is very
They
low.
they basically interrogate this trucker, and he's like, he did it because he wanted like, well, he did it
Want to
because he
be on
wanted
like
to.
Dateline or
He wanted to be like a
says
get Dateline or get like a Netflix show, and
like
Olivia was
no.
basically like, I'm done at this point. Bye.
Yeah.
And yet,
So
that's still not the end of the episode
no,
because
there's a
they
plot twist came at the end.
still couldn't figure out how the girl's wallet got planted in Dustin's apartment if he never did it. Then they find out that Dustin's sister was beaten and assaulted, and they had to talk to her at the hospital. And it turns out she's the one who planted the wallet because she wanted her brother to get arrested and taken away because he's been raping her for over a decade. It started when she was 12.
Mm-hmm.
So they bring him back into interrogation, and he's like, do you want to pin another crime on me? And Olivia is basically like, no, this time there's a crime because you've been raping your sister for over a decade. And he starts going off into this rant of, she wanted it, she was asking for it, we were taking care of each other. And Carisi snaps and says, hey, that's your sister, show some respect. The way he said it, he was pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so, he's got 3 sisters. So it was pretty powerful coming from him. And Olivia says, oh, he doesn't know the meaning of the word counselor. Because really, if you are raping your sister for over a decade, you don't freaking know what respect is.
No, because that was really messed up.
It was sickening. I couldn't
Definitely.
believe it. Okay, so in the span of the episode, in the hour, they've taken down 2 rapists who have
Mm-hmm.
been actually, and I just noticed this, both of them have been committing their crimes for over a decade, which is scary.
You know,
Yeah, still, both way
too
too freaking
long.
long. Then at the end of the episode, they have a press conference, Olivia McGrath, and right at the end of the press conference, she says, hold on," and then she specifically praises Finn and Rollins for the dedicated work they did for this case, which was just so good to see because uh, she's known Finn and Rollins for so long. Not that she hasn't praised them before, but this is like the first time in a while we've gotten like
Mm-hmm.
specific praise of how much she shows how much she truly appreciates her squad. And it was so nice to see.
It was. Somebody pointed out recently that like if SVU had another season, Rollins would be on the show just as long as Elliot had been. I was like, oh,
Yes.
I was like, you're right. That's crazy. That was season 13.
Yeah,
Now
it
we're
is
in 20.
crazy. We've literally gone from her stepping out of the office being like my elevator with her box in her hand and her southern accent
She
to
had the
being
most
like
southern accent in the first episode she was in.
ever.
I noticed
Yeah.
that, and I was like, as a southerner, I was like, she's a real strong southern accent.
And like, what do you want me to do? Everything fighting with Liv to her being like one of the most dedicated, hardworking, committed detectives in the NYPD.
Mm-hmm.
And Finn, has freaking walking in his first episode over 20 years ago,
Yeah, it was season two.
season two, in a do rag and tracksuit.
He
And now he's
did.
a sergeant in the NYPD and getting praise from his captain who's been with him. Like, this trio has been together for longer than we think.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong, Gracie deserves a whole bunch of praise too, but right now it was just the three cops, and it was very powerful, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, anything else before we move to the
Uh,
promo?
I gotta go on the Zoom call real quick, but
Okay, then before we leave, I'll say one more thing. Promo! Garland is coming back!
yes, we're all very excited.
Yay! We're so excited. Okay,
We are.
uh,
Okay, so we'll be back in like 10, 15 minutes maybe.
alright, we'll pick
All
up the
right.
promo afterwards. See ya.
All right. Cool. Hello.
Hey,
Okay, I can hear you. We're good.
promo for SVU. Garland's
Yes.
back! Yay!
I'm
Uh,
excited about that.
yeah, he's coming back because there's a missing, like a cold case for a
Yeah.
missing girl from like when he was a rookie,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like the only one who knows the case, so they need his help figuring it out. And that's about all we got. But also, Demora's smiling in the promo, so
Yeah,
I'm
I'm very
happy.
excited. I'm very excited, but that's not till next Thursday, not this coming up Thursday. Sad.
Sad. And he and Liv were getting like lunch or coffee or something, and it's like, oh,
It is.
it makes me happy that even though he left, everybody's still like friends.
Yeah. Definitely, definitely.
But
Also, I don't know if we're gonna point this out now, but I feel like I need to say it. So I made this observation. So this week's the episode coming up, this will not well, we're recording this on Tuesday, and Thursday's episode is The People versus Richard Wheatley is playing again, which I think is a very
what?
interesting choice because I promise you, last time we had hiatus, they played Sightless in the Savage Land, and then a couple of weeks later, we got we got the episodes, The People versus Richard Wheatley. So I'm just thinking if that happens, if the same kind of ideas going on, you know, maybe we'll be seeing Barbara in the season finale. Just saying.
Lord, let it be a sign again, please.
I would. We record our reactions to things, and it'd be very funny for y'all to see it. Like we send them to each other all the time. And I remember that last time I was sitting on my bed, and dorm bed is very tall, and I don't know what I was doing, and then it popped up, and I was like, oh my god, it was a crazy day. We haven't. I guess we'll talk about this more. We're talking about writing for this week, but like, that was an interesting time. Nobody knew what we were getting into that day, but that was
Mm.
wild. That was a wild, wild day. But unless we don't have anything else for SVU, I think we're ready for Organized Crime.
Yes. So the episode is called "Change the Game,"
Yeah, I had to make sure I looked up the
and
episode title because last time we didn't even have one.
I remembered to get it this time, so we have it in advance. Uh, the episode is called "Change the Game," and it starts with I don't know, they're on a cookout, or at least
It's like a
Elliot is
baby
on
show. It's kind of like a baby
baby
shower. I don't know what is
shower
going on. It's
slash
something.
cookout, and he's talking to. We finally meet Frank Donnelly's wife, who
It's having a baby.
having a baby, and Elliot's talking to her, and I don't know, it just got weird. It got weird fast.
It did. I was like,
You,
this what is
you,
going on? It goes downhill rather quickly every time,
you,
but you know.
you pointed it out, and I kind of agree, and I agree with you. The way he like talks to like certain women is like almost like manipulative,
Hmm.
flirting. And I don't know if freaking Chris means to do that, but you know, it keeps happening and it's noticeable.
Wait, what?
The manipulative
Oh
flirting
yeah, he does it
thing.
all
I
the
don't
time.
know if like Chris is like choosing it on purpose or not, but like it's noticeable.
And I'm like, "Ugh, this is cringy.
It's cringy as
I'm like, please stop. That's real weird.
frick. Especially because the woman is young. She's pregnant.
I know.
But also Donnelly doesn't freaking care because he's cheating on her. So, you
Yeah.
know.
Was barely there for the child's birth, but you know, we'll talk about that later. Just saying.
I know this comes later in the episode, but I have it's a
I
good
just
thing
had
to
to
point
talk
out
about that one.
now that Stabler literally looks at him and after his Donlin, like, says again that, he's cheating on his wife. Stabler looks at him and says, "What? She's not young or pretty enough for you?" Dude, what the hell?
I know we're like, ugh. We're like, please stop
Stop
saying weird stuff like that.
talking.
You prove our points all the time when we write. He just proves our point every
No,
time.
we write stuff and we're like, half of us is like,
He wouldn't say
maybe,
that, and then he does. We're
maybe,
like,
maybe we went too far, and then he'll do
mm,
something that proves our point, and it's like, okay, frick, we're accurate writing this, apparently.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, weird baby shower cookout. They go inside, and they're all talking about the guy. Santos has been arrested because that's what happened last episode.
Mm.
And I don't know if this is important or not, but my first thought is, why is there a black woman in the Brotherhood? Like, man,
It is kind of questionable. I'm like, I guess if you're making money off of it, and that's I'm like, ugh.
yeah,
She's
money,
got some kind of deal with that one
fine.
too.
But ma'am, I need answers. Like,
What are you
I don't
talking
know,
about
you're
here?
a bunch of old white
Point.
men. Uh,
Mm.
and it seems like she's the only girl, too,
Yeah.
possibly.
I guess I didn't want to look too horribly bad. It's still
I swear
bad.
to God, my thought right now is they need a token black person to make it look like their stuff that they aren't stuff that
Yeah.
they're doing is
Yeah, I
like
guess I didn't want to look.
horrible.
Yeah. I think that was their point. However, what they're doing is
It's like
bad.
it's
Real
bad,
bad.
real bad. Okay. Yeah. So after the cookout or whatever, yeah, Ayana is interrogating the guy, and he's not budging because the Brotherhood doesn't turn on each other.
Mm-mm.
Yada yada yada. And I wrote this and I meant it, and I said Ayana could step on me, and I think
I mean, that's true. I'm fine with
yes,
that.
she could. I would sit in the interrogation room and let her
Please.
interrogate me, and just like
Yeah.
be
As sensitive
scared
people we
and
both are, we don't even care.
I'd be
Not
scared
there.
and exhilarated at the same time.
Yeah, no, we're very
Every
sensitive.
time she's in just I don't know, being a badass sergeant. It's amazing.
Yes.
Okay. Next, Donnelly and Stabler go to meet with Preston Webb, and
Yes.
Webb is all right. I've already sworn a few times, so hopefully,
I mean, we put the
it's
show
okay.
on explicit, so everything is fine.
Okay, great.
I
So Webb is
preemptively was like, explicit,
good
just in
idea.
case.
Okay, Webb is pissed because uh his guns, his like special, like I don't know, guns that came from Africa or whatever, are missing. They were hiding in the stash of his wife's artwork, and the guns are missing. Uh, Also, very clever idea.
Yeah, put the
Art
guns with the
gallery,
artwork.
art gallery cover as a gun trafficking thing.
Yeah, and the guns kind of blend in with the artwork. If you like
They
had seen the
do,
episode, it's like if you took a
but
double
there's
take,
like
you could be like, if you're not looking
black. It's
intentionally, and
like
that if they hadn't said
black.
it, you wouldn't have known.
Yeah, it's like black curved like art, African art, and it's the same color as the gun. So I get it. Hiding it, it would look pretty silly.
Also,
Anyway,
something I noticed and I thought about it later is that his wife is aware.
oh yeah, his wife knows, and she's totally fine with
She
it.
doesn't say it till later, but she's aware. And I was like, wait, what if she doesn't know? And then she does. And I was like, oh.
I fully believe his wife is like fully in
She's
on
part of it.
everything.
She's part of it too. She knows. They gotta
Okay.
stay rich, you know. They gotta. I
Yeah,
think he mentions
exactly.
he wants the family legacy or whatever, something. Because his
Okay.
grandson is born in the last
So
episode.
Webb is pissed his guns are missing. Donnelly and Stable are like, we don't freaking know anything about it. Why are you asking us? And then, Donnelly keeps pushing him. So Webb takes out a gun and starts shooting at them because he's mad and this is what he does. And you could see Elliot's life flash
Just
before his eyes because you're
he's
literally
terrified.
getting
Yeah.
shot at. Understandable. So he gives them the like ultimatum of like basically, I'm gonna leave you alone if you go find my missing guns and artwork.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Elliot goes back to the precinct after this to give Ayana an update, and it's like Webb pulled his gun out, and he says he was the peacemaker, and Ayana gave him a look like, "What?
Like of all the chaos that has happened in the past season and three-fourths
You're
type ordeal,
you're a
from
peacemaker? You're a peacemaker?" And Elliot was like, "Yeah, I was uncomfortable with that whole thing,
we're
but."
like
Ayana has been working with him for what? Maybe a
eh,
year?
maybe year a
And
little over a year
a little
because
over a year. And she's already like, excuse me, in what world are you a peacemaker? This
he's usually
so
causing the
sad.
problems so there is not
She's
peace.
the peacemaker.
He's the
He's
peace.
the crazy one.
He's the one who causes the problems. Just
Yeah.
saying.
So if you like need a picture in your head or whatever, Stabler is usually the crazy one. This time, he's the peacemaker and Donnelly is the crazy one. So,
Yeah, they almost got murdered, but
they
hey, make
almost
sure
got
that prevent that
murdered.
from happening.
Um,
Just saying.
Side note I wrote from that scene when they're all literally getting an update in the precinct. I don't know who freaking chooses Ainsley's outfit, but thank you.
Man,
Thank
she looks
you,
so good
girl.
in that
She
scene.
looked so good. Her hair was like slightly falling in her face,
Yeah, she's
and she
so
had
pretty
like
in that.
dark makeup on and like dark clothes. My jaw literally dropped
She could step
because
on me too, and I'd be fine with it. Just saying.
yeah,
My little
I like
queer heart. Oh,
I like
man,
screenshotted a picture of the outfit because I'm like, this freaking looks
yeah.
amazing. Okay, so they get the update, and Donald and Stabler go to like this art dealer dude's house because they think he took the art. And
Hmm.
they start picking up his art and dropping it on the ground. So apparently now it's okay for cops to destroy property.
I mean, they've been committing felonies this whole time, you know?
Oh, trust me, it gets worse as the episode
It
goes on.
does. Mm.
Yeah, so they destroy property. They find out, like, I don't know, they get some information they need of where it could have gone. And then, Elliot goes home because
Oh boy.
he still gets to go home. Uh, and he's talking with Eli. And Eli basically makes it a point of, all my friends know you're, like, a bad cop. Like, I don't know, this isn't alarming to you somehow. Your
Exactly.
reputation, your reputation is known as being like a violent.
No, your reputation's in the toilet. Literally has one.
Exactly. Like you don't have a good reputation anymore, my friend.
No. He doesn't like I
Uh
think I said this to you when we were talking. Elliot doesn't really think about how his actions affect other people.
no, he doesn't.
He's just like, we'll be fine. We're like, no, your son's life is over. Like, high school is the most embarrassing place of your life, and he's ruined it.
And
Just
everybody
saying.
literally knows him as the son of
The
Elliot Stabler.
Yup.
And not just his name being the same as him
It is. Yeah, his
doesn't
name is
help
Elliot. They
him.
just nicknamed him. Man.
Uh so then Bernie talks to him and gives him some like good advice of letting go on the path.
I should have wrote the
Uh,
quote down, but I didn't because I was easily distracted. But
okay.
she does
And
have
that's
some.
when they go to like Donnelly is talking to Stabler in his car, and
Mhm.
that's when Stabler looks at him and is like, "What? Your wife isn't young and pretty enough for you?" Then Donnelly says something and I don't remember what it is, but Elliot laughs, and I'm like, Dude, you're laughing. People ask us why we're concerned about how you treat women. It's
Yeah.
freaking canon proof. No, thank you. Stop
Yeah,
it.
it's not like we're making it up or anything. We kind of embellished it a little bit,
A
a little
man
too
his
far maybe,
age,
but it's true.
a man his age, undercover or not, should be not making comments about women being young and pretty.
No, that is not
No,
appropriate.
thank you.
Not appropriate.
And I know this isn't connected, at least right now, it's not. But you work with a 23, 24-year-old cop. Like, keep those comments out of your mouth. No, no, no. Anyway,
Mm.
uh, they find out of this, like, the intel they've gotten about this guy that they need to talk to for the art stuff. They break down into his hotel room and immediately, like, push him down on his bed and hold a pillow over his head and a gun to his head with, like, over the pillow.
Yep, it's to muffle the sound.
Muffle the sound. And I wrote this and
Mm.
I'm like, undercover or not, this is the kind of cop Elliot is.
Yep.
And
There's
then
no
Donnelly
excuses.
gets pissed and shoots him. And they just, it's a flesh wound, but they still leave him to bleed. Like, bad guy or not, you just left a guy to bleed. What are we supposed to, we think this is okay?
Or like, no, it is
Uh,
not good.
oh, before that, they said that they went into the room and I said Donnelly was going to play bad cop and Elliot was going to play good cop. Because freaking one is he a good cop?
There is no good cop in this
No, there's
scenario.
no
It's
good
called.
cop. There's bad cop and bad and worse cop.
Yep, that's literally the situation that occurs all of the
Okay,
time,
yeah.
every day.
Okay, so after that, they get more intel on where the heck the guns are for later. And they transition to after Elliot has been talking to his mom for like the past 2 weeks about his dad. He
Mm-hmm.
goes into like a storage building and finds these like old photo albums and these old like Super 8 tracks. And he brings them back to the precinct and hands it to Jet and asks her to digitize them.
Man, that's so
And
different.
I need to know who came up with the scene or why, but Jet looks at Elliot and says, "What is it? Vintage porn." What the? I laughed
It
so
was so funny
hard.
to me. I was like, I mean, I kind of expected it now. She was like some strange like that, but it's actually really funny. He's
Anything. Why is
like,
that your first thought?
I
I
mean,
know Jet has like she's made it known. She's into BDSM or
yeah,
whatever because she knew the location of that manor to
yeah.
the
She knew the
T,
name
and
of it. Like,
but why on earth is that your first thought of it
from
being
coming from
freaking
Elliot anyway, too. Like, what is he
vintage
doing?
porn? And also,
Vintage porn.
why would you think Elliot would be doing
Because
Elliot's name?
he literally goes, he says, do I look like the guy who would share porn with a coworker?
And she's like, no, probably not. Oh,
Man, that's
I,
so funny.
why? Do
It was
and
just a funny line. That's
fine if you want to
hilarious.
get share porn with your coworker, fine. But Elliot's
Especially
clearly
him, the most
not
dry person on the
not
planet.
the person who is
Man,
going to be giving it to you.
not him, just saying.
No,
Sorry,
okay.
we clown about this all the time in our group chat with our like bars and group chat with people.
We're all like, are
We
you
clown about this
serious?
all the
I'm
time. It's not
sorry, but
appropriate to put on a podcast, but it's like,
unless
do you really think
otherwise noted, yeah, I mean, he got 5 kids, but
so
he
funny?
is probably vanilla AF. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it. So I don't know why Jet thought he should be getting porn from him. Anyway, she asked, it's actually family films, and he asked her to digitize them. And she says, yeah, of course. And he says, thank you. Like, really, thank you. And she, like, stopped for a moment. And her eyes, like, flickered up and down, like, you're not kidding. You're actually thanking me.
Mm.
Which goes to my point of, I don't think he's thanked her, like, sincerely thanked her, like, not necessarily ever, because when she turned old the lights back on from the blackout. He was like,
It's
way
just
to
not
go,
as like
Snoop.
like full out says it. Like he's grateful for her, but not like
This is the first time he's outright said it. She's not used to him genuinely complimenting her. This was new to her. Like, I don't know, with all the stuff that she's done for you, or just
a
in
lot.
general, she deserves some more thanks from,
Definitely.
in general. I mean, I think Ayana has given it to her, and
Mm-hmm.
Elliot maybe once others, but like, if she's surprised that you're thanking her, that it means it doesn't happen a lot.
Definitely, definitely.
Okay, so that Jet has the new task, and then Elliot has to go meet up with the dude who has, like, the guns and the art intel. And no, and he's alone because
Yeah, he's supposed to be Donnelly. I think that's what he said, but he didn't because
Donnelly
he's kind
wasn't
of
showing up.
yeah,
Donnelly didn't show up,
yeah, he's supposed
and
to wait, but he didn't. You know how
he
he is.
didn't. So, he went in by himself. And Yana, Cho, and Maldonado are like in another room, like watching, like waiting for things to happen. Elliot gets into a fight with this dude, and like
Yeah, almost gets
then
almost gets shot again.
almost gets shot again because this is what he does. And then
Like
Ayana and Cho and Maldonado walk in and arrest the dude.
yeah,
And they
for the first time we've seen all of them in action. I think that I can remember.
no, because
They very rarely get outside of the office.
there was the
Seems.
one a couple weeks ago when they found Hugo in the
Oh
mattress,
yeah, yeah.
and
They very rarely like are outside of the
Angeli
office together.
and Danielle are in a freaking vests and
Mm-hmm.
guns, and apparently we're getting that again. Like I think in a week or so. Yay!
Mm.
Anyway, so they arrest him. They find the guns and the art. Um, or at least I think they at least find the art. They don't find the guns.
Yeah,
And
the Brotherhood wants it that way, and
to which, yeah,
from what we
like
understand of the system is that they
there
give the guns to
sometimes,
the gangs, but then
yeah,
they also arrest the gangs
from this,
who from
what I
Preston
kind
sells
of,
them the guns, and it's just this endless cycle of guns.
it's like an endless cycle, but also sometimes they work together, other times they're like totally against each other, hate each other, will kill to each other.
Yep, yeah, that
Uh,
happens.
anyway,
Preston is not playing.
no, he is absolutely not playing. Then we find out like Elliot is like with Donnelly's wife again. I don't know, driving her to go meet him, and she starts having contractions in the middle, in the back seat of the car. And I was very convinced Elliot was gonna have to deliver a
I
baby.
was too. I was like, "Where's gonna deliver the baby?"
Oh,
It's gonna
like
be real weird. It'll be
it
real
would have been
weird.
very weird.
Like,
Anyway, she brings him to the hospital, and somehow Donnelly freaking shows up in time for his
poor
kid to be
kid.
born. Kid doesn't.
Kid does not
He,
know what he's. I think it's a boy. He does
I
not know
think it's a
what he's
boy.
getting into.
He doesn't care that a kid was
No.
born, but whatever. So, and I forget who pulls out the cigar, but they pull out a cigar to
Elliot does.
celebrate.
Elliot pulls
Elliot,
out the cigars.
oh great, even better. Elliot pulls out a freaking cigar to celebrate in the middle of a hospital, and the nurse is like, "Go smoke somewhere else. It's a freaking hospital," and they're still
In the
smoking
bathroom. They go in
in
the
the
bathroom
bathroom
with the
under
very.
a sign that says "No smoking."
It's the funniest thing. Who planned this? Who made it
They
seem?
don't
It's
give
so
a
funny.
crap
They don't. It's
about
so funny. I
anything.
was like, bro, they really don't. What might happen? You never know.
Okay, then they go meet with Preston again, and he's eating a steak that's like raw as hell because he does. That's what he does. They basically tell him they couldn't find the guns. He gets angry. He holds up his steak knife and is like something about it being super sharp. And
He's gonna cut you. He says he would kill them
yeah,
or something like that.
basically. And it's like this is the cycle. It's like you do what I want. I'm not gonna kill you. You don't do what I want. I will kill you. Uh, uh, then you know.
Elliot was
Elliot,
terrified once again. He thought
yeah,
his life was about to be
poor
over.
guy needs to stop getting
Once
too
again, the same episode.
invested.
Three
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Three times in Life or Destiny.
Yeah. So then it turns into Webb going home with his wife,
Mm-hmm.
and she is like talking about how like Donnelly is now unstable, which is very true at this point, and that she likes Stabler because
Mm.
apparently to her, he's stable. I don't know in what
I don't think she
freaking
knows.
world.
Oh, we didn't mention that scene earlier. He's kind of flirtatious with her too.
Oh yeah, because this is what he freaking does.
He's
I
emotionally
I
manipulative.
literally when I
Emotionally
saw
manipulative.
those pictures, I wrote on a comment on Twitter and I said, "Can Elliot stop flirting with the wives of the bad
No.
guys?"
The comment, no, the comments about that scene before it happened were just like, there you
Please
go. No, they were
freaking
like, no,
no.
no. Some of them were very strange because they were like, why is he flirting with her instead of Olivia and all this other stuff? I was like,
That's like, guys, not even in the episode.
no,
Move
I'm
on.
like, you need to calm down. But
Uh
we're
yeah.
not trying
So
to get in too much trouble today. We won't talk horribly about
no.
the community today.
At this point, Elliot has flirted with Angela Wheatley, Footsura, who is the guy of the wife
Yeah,
of the
and
guy of
they
the
did the business too, man.
Albanian boss. They had sex.
They did
Uh,
the business. What an
uh,
awkward scene that
it was
was. Oh my
awkward as
god.
frick. And now he's flirting with Preston Webb's wife, and
She finds he finds
possibly.
about that. What if that happens? What if that is that?
Oh my god! If he
Oh, his
ever
life
finds
is
out, Elliot is going
if
to
his
be
life is over.
dead. He will
He will
be
be dead.
dead.
He will be
Oh,
dead.
and he's also like making comments with Webb's what? Webb's
Yeah,
not Webb's wife. Uh,
Donald is what.
Donnelly's wife.
Yeah, I think
So
he's
like,
emotionally manipulative. I can pronounce words
agreed.
to Olivia as well, but
But like,
we'll rant about
literally,
that when
stop
we get to.
flirting with the wives of criminal bosses.
No,
That's it.
dude, you just not learned
That's
his
all
lesson
you
yet.
need to do. It's not that hard to stop.
Oh, please stop, or you actually get murdered.
You will die.
You
Like,
will be
out of
dead.
all the people who I honestly thought could kill Elliot, it would be Wheatley and now Webb. Because Webb
Yeah,
freaking
well, my
shows
differ. Wheatley kind of like to
no
play around.
damn
Wheatley was like, I
mercy.
know you're cheating, flirting with my wife.
Webb is very direct in his
Yeah,
threats and who he kills.
yeah, and he makes it hurt too. Oh boy, he's not playing
Yeah.
around.
Uh, the end of the episode, basically Elliot goes home and the Jet has digitized all her home movies. My mom made a funny comment about like her doing it on her coffee break, and I'm like, she's good. She could finish it in a coffee break.
Yep, of course she
Uh,
could.
Also, her coffee breaker basically, all day, every day. So
Mm.
she's like Barbara with her caffeine.
Yeah, caffeine. I had to quit caffeine because it made my no more caffeine for me.
Yeah.
I get the shakies and then I get
Every
hyper.
Yeah, we watched him. So he's watching the home movies with his mom, and his mom like gives him a little hug, and I'm like, okay.
It was a
I
very
may
sweet
not
moment.
like Elliot's character, but that was freaking adorable.
Yeah,
I
also
keep
the
forgetting
plot
that.
discontinuity for that scene is kind of strange because
Oh yeah,
in
because literally like last week they're both going on about how the dad beat
yeah, the
them and
plot
abused them,
discontinuity
and
is very
now they're
strange.
watching like home movies of them playing together. Like,
Yeah,
not saying that like the abuse was all the time, but the way they talked about it made it
yeah,
seem like it was all the time.
yeah. They did. They were like, and then it's great, and it's very weird. And
Okay,
also the fact that Elliot said he had siblings in 1.0, but then apparently it doesn't
which
seem
I
apparent when
didn't
you
even
watch
remember.
this.
I looked on the wiki and it says he's got an unnamed sister and like two unnamed brothers, and I'm like, where
Like,
the
where are
frick
they? Where did
are
they go?
they?
Where are
Where was
y'all?
this from?
Exactly,
Uh
disappeared. Did not talk plot discontinuity is something that organized crime has a lot. Anyway, that's one of the
oh,
things. It's like,
for sure. Okay, so that was the end of the episode, and then we have a promo for next week. And they probably thought they were being slick showing this
they like
so
two
fast
seconds.
for like 2 seconds. But I immediately texted you and I was
Sure
like,
did. Not the
what's
air
that?
conditioner.
What's
Yeah.
that, Malachi?
We were
And
like,
I went just as soon as the episode was over, I went to YouTube to watch the promo again, and I put it on like 0.5 speed. And I was correct. It was,
Yes, we are excited.
which means Weslam is coming back, which means Malachi is coming back, which means
Which
we get more Malachi,
we are
finally.
excited.
I'm
Malachi, y'all just don't
so
understand.
freaking excited. But I'm a little concerned
Yeah.
because they literally, the one scene they showed him in the promo was him holding freaking fire. Weston says he's a welder now. But the thing that scared me the most is that in a scene later they showed Donnelly in the same like
Mm.
welding glasses that
Mm.
Wesson had, that not Wesson, that Malachi had, which means he's in a scene with him, which slightly scares me because
It's true. Because, like,
uh first off
I think we have
fire.
to remember this perspective that, like, organized crime isn't supposed to know that he's bad. They don't know that, they're not supposed to know that anyway. That
Yeah,
Donnelly's a bad cop. So
nobody
they're have to play it off like they don't know.
Donnelly doesn't know that
They're just
Elliot's
feel
undercover. They just
no.
think, that Ayana basically suspended him, pushed him to the curb, and now he's working with him. And Ayana and Jet are like separate in organized crime.
Yeah.
Also, the we get on Ayana. There was a thing in the promo of Ayana and Jet sitting in like the security van watching something, which means we get moments of them. Yay.
Yeah.
Uh, so Wesson said that coming up, there was a scene with him and Ainsley. And it was like probably, he said it was one of the most beautiful acting scenes he's ever done. And I really hope it's in this episode because I cannot
Yes. I can't wait anymore.
freaking
Because we have like 4 left.
wait. Because, I mean, all we know about the relationship is they kiss, they were holding hands, and then and that Malachi is okay with the fact that she has, uh, like a freaky side. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it means I need like the like more like deep like where is our relationship going to
Exactly. We need to know. Like, we're on the
also
Jalakai train. Like, we need to know.
there I'm wondering because Danielle said there's a scene of her talking to Jet about their relationship and I'm wondering
Mm.
if it's in the same episode.
Could be. We only have like 4 left.
Yeah. Oh, and I looked because I googled it because I had to freaking look for like the summary for next week to see
Mm-hmm.
if they said anything. They didn't say anything about Jalakar, but it said, uh, let me see if I can find it because I saved it for this. One moment. Uh, Plot summary.
Mm-hmm.
When millions are stolen from one of Webb's employees, he lists Stabler and Donnelly to retrieve the cash and punish the thief. The task force takes an opportunity to nail down both Webb and the Brotherhood, but run into a dangerous obstacle. Elle must face the toll her job is taking on her marriage. No. I like don't get me wrong, it's gonna be amazing acting, but I don't need freaking eggs for them. I need Happy Villa. They took their anniversary away from them.
It sure
I
did. I
need
need
a
my.
freaking happy scene.
We do. Like,
I got
they
mad.
are my favorites, and I
We
stand
got
by them.
so
We only
mad.
watch the show for them and Jalakai. Like,
Yeah, we literally don't do it for anything
and for
else.
like research, we don't look too crazy when we write stories.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got I don't know Malachi coming back for I have no idea what reason, but he's back. I mean, he and Jet have scenes hopefully, and then Ayana has to deal with what the heck Stable is doing, what the heck is going on with her like detective possibly being in a relationship with possibly still on parole parolee and her own life. Like, ma'am needs a break. We say this about I feel like this is just like the cross leading like
Leading
sergeant or
ladies.
captain have to
The
have.
leading ladies always.
Yeah, Olivia has to be like Olivia always needs a break because she's dealing with all the crap from her unit. Now Ayana's got this, but honestly, at least one of the things hopefully is going to be okay because like Danielle made it clear like she knows what she knows. She just hasn't said anything. I feel like it would have to be. oblivious not to see anything between Malachi and Jet.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like she's going to be happy for them, but she's also going to have to be like a boss, like go figure out the logistics. But if you're happy, then I'm happy for you.
Yeah, definitely.
But I also need to freaking know if he's still on parole or not, because it's been at least 3-4 weeks since we last saw him, because they did that time jump.
Yeah, they did. I think it had been like 3 weeks in between that one, the last one, weekly episode, and the next week episode. I think it was like 3 weeks or something like they said. So there's now that really means it's been like
Yeah.
2 months. It's been a long.
Yeah, I know this is gonna be like I could possibly get canceled for saying this, but I mean
Well,
this.
if we're gonna get canceled anyway, it's.
I mean this, and
You've already been canceled. What are you talking about? You know we've been canceled already.
This way. So I'm
we haven't gotten canceled this week, but we've gotten canceled already.
Possible way, but like we haven't gotten a whole lot of vulnerable, like emotional Jet, and I kind of want to see it because first off, I want to see Ainsley perform a scene like that because we haven't seen it yet. But also, and I know this probably might sound bad, but because she's going a lot, I gotta know if Jet can actually cry.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad saying that, but I feel like now that like her heart has been opened more, she's opened her heart to like trusting more people. I want to see like a vulnerable, beautiful moment of Jet just letting herself be.
Definitely.
I mean, we wrote it like
we did
a bunch of times.
We'll talk about writing in a second, but
we'll talk about it, and I'm literally like, I need like if it's not on the set line of like what we wrote, or like if I have to think of anything to like describe what kind of the moment I want it to be. Do you know the song "Rewrite the Stars" from The Greatest Showman?
Yes.
I kind of want the moment to be like that.
Such a good.
And where Jet is like at the end, it's like we can't do this, and then Malachi is like, no, we can. Come on, I need like that vulnerable, emotional opening.
We'll write it ourselves if no one else does.
Yeah. If Weston says it's going to be like the most beautiful things he's ever done, then I freaking believe that. And I want it.
We do.
And also, why does it have to be 2 weeks?
I know, 2 weeks is too.
Have to be 2 weeks.
It's too long.
We have to wait 2 weeks for Delore and Weston to come back, and I can't.
But there's no more breaks after this week. It's straight through.
Because after that, so
the final 4.
Next week is Garland's episode back and Malachi's episode back.
Yeah, we get a lot of stuff to talk about next week.
And then after that, May 5th is the SDU Mother's Day episode.
Yes, I'm very excited about that.
OC crossover where Kelly, Ainsley, Mariska, and Danielle get to be badass women.
We love Ladies' Night. It'll be great.
I cannot freaking wait. Because the summary of it is like somebody gets kidnapped like in connection to the Brotherhood.
Yeah.
And they're like team up to find
This is a kid. It's a 9-year-old girl.
It's like a 9-year-old kid, and it makes me wonder whose kid is it?
It's a girl. It's a
whose kid is
it? The description says a girl. So
yeah, 9-year-old girl. We don't know whose kid it could be. Donnelly's got like 5 kids or whatever.
Yeah.
One of his.
He doesn't even know, I mean, he probably doesn't even know the legitimacy of his children, but just saying.
Oh, he probably won't even be all angry about it, but it's like, mm. Okay, so yeah, so we're both very excited for the next.
Yeah. So for
chunks of episodes.
We'll go ahead and say it. So for next week's episode, we're going to do all things Barson and why you should ship them. For next week's episode, since we don't have an episode and they're playing People versus Richie Willie. If you have reasons why you should ship Barson or anything else you want to talk about Barson, tell us. You can leave us voice messages and we'll sit and talk about them, or you can leave comments or our Twitter. You have our Twitter, so you get it's TRD_podcast. If you want to leave us a comment, leave us a tweet, let us know because we're willing to talk about it. We'll have a whole episode dedicated to Parson, and it'll be so fun. So make sure you look out for that. I'll probably make another. We'll make another tweet sometime this week, so you guys can keep up with that. And for all the other random updates we made for our randomness, send us memes. Send us whatever you want. Just don't say anything mean because they're both very sensitive people. So
yes, we are.
say whatever you want, but not mean. So I think we're at the time in our show where we talk about writing.
Hooray!
Hooray!
What are
we didn't write it. I didn't write anything down this time. So
we've like
jail.
Went to
jail.
Jail times 10.
Yeah, we are in current. We've never escaped Vic jail.
All because you had a crazy dream at like 1:30 in the morning.
I did. We very sporadically think of things in the middle of the night in dreams. So
I literally, we can't spoil it because it's not coming for like a while, but God, prepare yourselves, people.
Like,
prepare yourselves.
We're folding the laundry. You don't get crazy ideas when I fold the laundry.
Prepare yourselves, people.
Yeah, we did some jailworthy stuff once again. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We literally, like, it's not just one character we put through hell this time.
Yeah, we gave them a terrible time with what they did. Okay, yeah. So also last week, a little bit, we talked about the first couple chapters of The Truth and Nothing But the Truth, which is kind of where our podcast name came from. But we kind of we talked a little bit about the introduction to the story. So do we want to talk a little bit more about that, or should we save that for our Barton episode? Well, a little bit more about that process was we had no idea how we thought this. Not gonna lie, I thought this story was gonna be rather short.
Oh yeah, same.
Maybe like 10 chapters because my original a lot of like random ideas blew up into my head when we wrote this because originally it was supposed to. There was a couple big ideas that I had that we were going to do, but these like little ideas that we were like, what about this? And they were like, yes. But then like that one little idea like changed the whole course of the story. So there's little details that we added in. We were like, should we put that? And went with it. And then it just makes the story like way crazier than it should be. But my favorite piece I've ever worked on, I think, like we kind of talked about this, it really pushes us. It pushed us a lot to be more creative, but it also pushed us to be like, how much detail and work can you put into it? Like we just don't we research, we look up. We should just go be lawyers instead of whatever we're doing with our lives, honestly.
Yeah.
But maybe that's a hint for something you just saying a later chapter. We should just go be lawyers. That's a little hint there.
A lot of the ideas that we put in this story are like ones I had for like other stories that I just like stopped and discontinued, and now I'm actually happy I get to use them.
Yeah, we do this together like every day. Like we don't actually put the thing down. Like anytime we are free, we're writing. Anytime I can't sleep, I'm writing.
The only time I don't do this is when I'm at work.
Yep. Or I'm in class. What am I do writing class? I get bored. You'd be like, I'm in class, but I can write. I did that today. Oh man. But it really is such a there's an idea. Okay, we wrote the dream thing and I thought that would be like a one and done kind of thing. And then we got to like chapter 22. We got from like 2-3 to we took a break from it. We did not do any more dreams for a while. And then we got to chapter 22 and we were like, what if? How far could we go? And we went far. Really, really far. And then we couldn't stop ourselves again because I had this other idea. Because I had a dream about it. That's what I had to dream about. And I was like,
yeah, and then you text me and I'm like, you're insane.
I probably am, not gonna lie. But I was like, oh, we didn't write. So then we have not finished that third part of the dream.
Because you got the new idea and I said you're
then we skipped forward and left that half, but you need to go back and work on that some. And then with this other idea, which is what we're working on currently. It's a doozy.
You're boy, also a genius.
I am. I was like, oh no, because that also took way more pages than I thought it was gonna be. Because like when we tell you these dreams, I started choking. Oh god, this is probably my punishment for writing such horrible things. I started choking on the podcast, but such horrible I was like,
Yeah, you got that I didn't dream. I've gotten a whole entire fic like
we got
trauma
like
dream. There's a
we
there's a Barisi fic I have, and I'm pretty sure half of that came from a dream.
yeah, we're on this. The current part we wrote is like 130 pages
Are
currently.
you kidding me?
It might be longer. The last time I checked, it was on the page like 120 something. And I was like, we're not
Oh,
even done.
oh, this is a
We made
note
this.
that I.
But there's another part coming. There's a part 5, I think. I think it's a part 4, part 5. We
This
have an
is
idea
a
for that too.
yeah. This is a note I forgot to mention back with Demore coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Because Demore posted a picture with Betty Buckley, and that means we
Yes.
get scenes with both of them. And if you know me, and you know I'm a theater kid, if you know anything about theater, Betty Buckley is a freaking theater icon, legend. I've had the privilege of seeing her live, and she commands the stage. And she's going to come back on SBU with Demore and Peter and Mariska, and I'm excited. So
I'm
yay!
very excited.
Yeah, I could like not go on and on about her.
I'm very excited about upcoming episodes. And next,
I can't
so
wait.
I don't have anything else. Keep going.
No, I didn't either. That was it.
Oh, but
Just
yeah,
me saying, I can't wait. Yay.
I'm very excited about this. I want to record and talk about. We probably have some guests coming up soon. Maybe we have some friends.
Friends.
We do have friends. You think we have?
We do have friends besides each other. We promise.
We really do. You would think nobody would want to talk to us ever again, but but we do have friends, and
we have sweet moments. We promise.
we do. We talk to each other very wholesomely about our lives and stuff. But most of the time, we're just like, "What are you thinking about this today?" Like, and then we just have really funny times. We make each other. A part of also the writing process we didn't really talk about is that some of the chapters have songs.
Yeah, I sent you a song the other day.
You did send me a song, and I said "jail for you" in all caps. Won't tell you what the song is. We're gonna use it.
I said, all right, no context, just
You
gonna
did.
leave
You
this
just dropped
here.
that on me. It was like, here you go, and I was like.
And 5 minutes later, you texted me back in all caps, "jail for you," and I started laughing and crying because I was like, was not expecting that. I was crying, laughing,
crying. You actually do get emotionally like this. The story is rather emotional, and
oh yeah, for sure.
It is, especially the beginning part. We cried so much.
I got to use my favorite song in the show
we did
story, and
we cried a lot.
Yeah,
we cried.
We cried a lot.
Man, we did that beginning. We definitely cried.
Oh yeah, there's one
sobbed uncontrollably.
Time when we were writing a later chapter, and I won't say what it was about, but like I was up at like 3 a.m. listening to the song that we were using, and I was sobbing.
Was it the alternative ending song?
Yeah, it was
oh, that's a fun. That one was a fun chapter. I don't know. I came up with that one by the way. I said, "What if blank happens?" You'll find out what I mean by that. What if?
I thought I brought it up, but all right.
No, the alternative ending. I think maybe you said alternative ending, and then I said here's what it could be.
Oh yeah, I said alternative ending, and then you took it.
Because we had no idea what it was gonna be for a while. And then I was like, "What if this happened?" And you were like,
and then you took it and ran with it, and I was like,
"We did. We ran with that, and it's this very sad."
Not this, but all right.
Yep. And you were like, "Wow!" Like, what if this? And you were like, "You guys just go read the fic, honestly, because." If you guys read the fic, then we could tell you guys because we'll do an episode probably.
I know. I need
get a couple weeks or so because there's only like 4 episodes of Law and Order. So later on, we'll probably do like a whole episode dedicated to like some chapters in the.
I need to know how far people are, so I know how far my our ramblings can go.
Yeah. So tell the fic, which is linked in the link tree in the description of the podcast. It's linked for you. I did. I made the link tree. I had fun with that.
You are so good at this stuff.
You guys can find the part anywhere you need the podcast. It is there. It's on like 9 different places because I worked real hard to put it there.
Yeah.
There is
other stuff. Like texting me, I'm like, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's there. Like.
Yeah, I get hyper fixated on things, and that was it for that day. So it's very cute and it's very fun. And go check that out. Actually, click it. Actually, do click the link because it helps us get our statistics up. And if you listen to the podcast, you can rank, not rank, you can leave reviews. Please do that and do all that stuff. Leave comments. It helps us out a lot. So, so please do that. That's very helpful for us. And do we have anything else for this episode of? I haven't titled the episode. We'll do that later. We'll
I
title
don't
it.
think so, but let me check. Oh,
I think
May is going to be amazing
it
because
will be.
May 5th is the Mother's Day episode in the Organized Crime
Yes.
crossover. May 6th, Raoul's show Glimpse
Yes, it's a
or
movie.
comes out. The movie
Yeah,
comes
that
out.
movie comes out.
We have that. May 22nd, Miscast is out, and I cannot
You
freaking
missed.
wait.
Also, there's Candy coming out.
And Candy.
That's
Yes.
the week before. That's like the week like coming up the next week, and then my birthday. May's gonna be a great month.
Yes, she's gonna be 20,
Yeah,
21.
that'll be 20.
20.
20.
Yes. So yeah, if we haven't made it freaking clear, not only do we love SB, but we love Raoul, so we'll talk about
We
it.
do. We will. When that stuff comes out,
And
I don't know. Maybe it's like
okay.
that doesn't make a lot of sense.
We
Make it a
won't
lot
shut
of sense.
up about it.
It'll be fun. We'll probably get off topic. Our off topic might be that. Just saying.
Yeah, we should literally just do an entire episode about Raoul.
We should. Dedication. Just saying.
I think there's one other thing I had to share. Let me find it. I could be wrong.
I'm not in my room. I'm in the study room next to my room. There's nothing in this room, so the acoustics is very strange with a very loud vent. So I don't know if you can hear it or not.
Oh yeah, I can hear it, but it's fine.
It's very loud. I was like, because my roommate was in my room, and I was like, I'll just go in the room next door. There's nothing in this room but like a table, so the acoustics is very weird. So we'll see.
Totally.
Oh yeah, I bought this mic for the podcast, so I know it sounds horrible. I forgot to ramble about that later.
Another jet note, because I was looking through my bookmarks trying to find what I was looking for, and I found something else. So the pilot, they mentioned that she was an artist. Never mentioned it again.
Exactly, they don't care.
And then this week they literally put, we have several feelings about Jet's art career, and very few of them are positive. What? Okay, either I'm going to take it as two things. A, they literally decided to remember this now and needed to post something. Or B, her art career didn't go very well, so now she's a cop, which I don't think it should, because all the paintings that they showed, like in her little, like, I don't know, warehouse,
wherever she is. Exactly. They think it was more, we need more details.
Were incredible. So, like, don't say that. Like, we literally, I remembered it for, like, once, and I was like...
Oh, we did, because we made it a fic detail.
Yeah, we did make it a fic detail.
You guys have to read it, but that's a very late chapter. We haven't even finished writing that chapter because we got distracted by the dream scene.
Oh, yeah, and Ainsley freaking wrote on Twitter, Jet's, like, hobbies are fashion and drawing obscure stuff from anime, and I was like, she remembers the art stuff, but the show doesn't.
Exactly. So it'll be fun. You guys need to read the fic so we can talk about it.
Go, read it, go.
Well, could you bring some tissues? Probably bring a lot of tissues. You're gonna need them. It's a long story, so bring you some snacks. Get cozy. Bring some snacks. Don't think about your life choices probably afterward. Think about our life choices afterward.
Oh yeah, think about what we've done.
They'd be like, are those two girls insane? Probably. Just saying.
I remember, like, our story was going to be one thing, and then we saw, like, a gif of something.
Yeah, it took a different turn.
And it changed the entire course of our story.
That is in chapter 6 or 7, where you mentioned it, and I made a very long note about why I justified our reasoning behind it. So, you guys check that out. So we can talk about it, Or if you haven't, we're gonna make us. We'll just have to make an episode dedicated to this, and if you haven't listened, that's your problem. Sorry.
Yeah,
Just
we'll like
skip that
make an
episode of the podcast
entire
until you read.
episode. We can make an entire episode breaking down chapter by chapter.
Yep. It'll be several because this book is long.
Yeah.
Some of the chapters are very long. It's really we can't break this seat up, so it's very
fluff,
long.
it's angst, it's emotional, it's beautiful.
Some of them are like 2,000 words, 3,000 words. Some of them are like 20,000 words because we were like, I can't break this seat up.
Music. If they're not gonna write a musical episode, we will.
You have like a month, so y'all better hurry up. They have you have like 4 episodes of it. People 4. There's 4 episodes, so you have like a month. So get to reading. You have time. After that, we're just gonna have to go for it. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
So we'll stop. I think we're. Do we have anything else to talk about today?
No, I think that's it. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for listening. So do all the things. Check us out on Twitter. Like the podcast. Leave us stuff you want to talk about. Leave us ideas and all those other things. You know. So we want to thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the first episode as well as the second. And if this is your first time listening, check out our first episode, which is called our first episode, I think. Check us out.
Our very first episode.
Our very first episode. Go check that out. If you haven't listened to it, it's very fun. And check out our second episode, which hasn't had a title yet. You'll see one when we upload because it has to have one. So thank you all for listening. So thank you for listening, and we'll see you guys next week on the Truth Runs Deep podcast. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.